Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Coffee and Chess. Last week I spent all my time on a puzzle, and so this week we're just going to play games. Okay. Let's get right into it. Just going to jump right into 15-minute games here. We play c6. This is the Caro-Kann two knights defense if he plays knight c3. All right, we've played this before. I think this is just a. This turns out to be like a better French because I can get my bishop out. I can play e6. And then eventually I could play c5, get my bishop out, my knight out. I think I want to play. I could play e6 now, or I could play c5 now. And then he's going to have some sort of bishop check. A knight right here. Do I want to play this now? So after c5, bishop check, knight bd7. Pawn takes. It gets a little weird. I'm just gonna be solid. Let's just be solid. Play e6 first. That way I get my bishop out here. He might be planning g4. I've played this line before, I think. Now he could play c5. Makes sense. He could play either bishop e5 or he could play c3. Feel like he might be a c3 kind of guy, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. We'll develop our knight. He's got this queen move. He's got the bishop move here. Usually queen b6 is a good move here, especially whenever this bishop decides to leave. I think I got queen b6 here anyway. And if he takes take back with the b pawn, and then I'll have this file open. File won't do much. I could also try taking. He might take here first. I mean, everything's defended. Then queen b6. And then maybe takes for the knight. I take with the pawn. He moves his bishop back somewhere. we trade bishops. Queen b6 right away. He might just take. I don't really want to double my pawns, but I'd have two c pawns. I could take and then play another c5, which I've done before, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's just play queen b6. I think I'm going to play this anyway. And he takes. Take with the queen. Keep my pawn structure. Get these two pieces out somehow. Ooh. Eyes a little dry this morning. Yes, I am really tempted to take this way. Take with the pawn, just kind of reinforcing my center pawns. Rook b8, creating a lot of pressure on b2. I could also take. He's got 3 different ways to recapture. I do want to develop my pieces here. If I takes, probably takes with the pawn. I can play c5 again. So I don't see what's wrong with that. If he takes with the knight, he's attacking the bishop. I can just drop the bishop back, kind of protect the bishop, and then play c5. He could take with the queen, and then we trade queens, I guess. This is a strange kind of position at the moment. I mean, I can take back with the pawn. Let's just take the pawn in the center. Okay, takes with the knight. So, like I said, I can drop the bishop back, or I can defend the bishop. Knight g6 seems kind of sus. I do have bishop c5. I think I'm just going to drop the bishop back. I want to play, thinking of bishop c5. Doesn't do a whole lot. It looks like it kind of does something, but everything's kind of defended at the moment. Let's see, a double attack on my c pawn. I got knight to defend. Okay. Knight to defend. I could also think about defending with my king. King d7. Something about that feels a little more flexible. Otherwise, I can defend. My queen's kind of tied down to the pawn. I could also just play rook c8. But this would help develop a piece. Blocking my dark squared bishop. I mean, after king d7, what's he got? Bishop e3, maybe? Setting up some sort of discovered attack. I can't fianchetto. My bishop's in the way. Could always take and then play g6 afterwards. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of moves at the moment. I guess maybe he's got bishop g5 after. So I feel like king d7 here is kind of a weird move. D7 or rook c8. My pawn is still pinned by this queen. Can I sack the pawn? It'd be kind of a scary move. Bishop. Sacks the pawn. Doesn't really do a whole lot. This is going to be kind of a strange move, but I'm going to stay flexible here. I'm going to play king d7. Keep on a light square. He doesn't have a light squared bishop, so that kind of helps. Okay. And then king c7. Just kind of I mean, is this a threat? I mean, I kind of want to, if I play king c7 and he pushes, then I can just push my pawn. Then he's got some weird knight move here. Rook b8 now, so if he pushes, I can just take, right? All right, let's think about that. Rook b8, pawn b5, takes with the knight. I can take, he takes with check, I just block. Why not? Unless I'm missing something. Okay, there's the setup for the discovery. What kind of discoveries does he have, really? Knight takes. Can I just take this pawn? No, because I mean, that's just silly, right? King c7 takes with check. That wouldn't be good. I mean, even if he wins this pawn, I can play. Well, let's drops this pawn. See, where do we go after knight takes e6? Where do we go? I think it might be okay. I think this might be okay still. Even if it drops this pawn, or drop this pawn. I mean, his knight's still attacked. He's got to move his queen down. If he takes the pawn with check, I got rook. Yeah, but then he's got knight there. He's got this knight check. Queen here. He still has this knight check. This is interesting. Queen here, knight check. What else do I got? King here. He's got knight check again. Okay, so king c8. No more knight checks, but he has my queen. Knight here, king c8. I think I'm still doing fine. He's got pawn. He takes pawn. All right. This is a tough game. Maybe I shouldn't have double take the c pawn. I'm probably missing a critical move somewhere. Okay. That's interesting. Trades queens. That's good for me. So now we got to play a lot of defense here. He's still got this check. But I got to move I'm going to move my knight out, attacking his bishop. He's got bishop takes a7. His knight's still under attack here. So he's kind of he's got to move his knight. Yep. So I think just king c8, considering sacking the exchange, but I'm already kind of down a pawn. So we're going to play king c8, looking to play e5. He's probably got rook e1 to try and back up this pawn. I don't think that knight move makes a difference. I'm still going to play threatening this bishop here, threatening to trade and just win back my pawn, I guess. Here is no good. Takes, threatening this pawn. This pawn will be weak. Get my other rook out. It's kind of a messy position now after trading the queens. Who knows? Maybe I've been okay this whole time. I feel like I'm losing, or I felt like I was losing, at least until the queen trade. That was a lot of pressure. That was a lot of pressure. I was feeling the pressure, man. But we've killed a lot of time. Okay. So I think I could take this. Because I'm going to take his rook back, so if he takes my rook, I take his rook, but I want a bishop. Well, and then he trades back. So I guess it's just a trade. He's got this coming. It's not over yet. Yeah, so I'm going to take here. Probably going to take and take here. Probably king b7. I don't want to play king b7. Because like I have this check. I really don't want to lose this pawn. Here, I still have this move. Maybe he'll blunder this. Rook e8 coming next. Okay. That's fine. So now he's going to take my pawn. That's okay. Could play rook b8, just stopping the knight from like going here. Otherwise, maybe rook a8, try and get this pawn down. I'd like to play a6 here and set up some sort of fork, but if he takes with the rook, it would just be check. He should probably take this pawn. Okay. Interesting move. So now I can play check, defend the pawn. Seems like a good move. King e2, I play a6, pawn is defended. And I could also play bishop c4. Just kind of defend both pawns. And I mean, anytime the knight moves, I got c5. Unless he plays rook a5. Rook a5, maybe rook b7, b8. Coming next. Otherwise, I got rook e8 attacking his e-pawn. He can just play f4 to defend it. Yeah, so what happens if I take this? What's he going to do? Here? Knight f5? Oh, maybe rook a5 now. Rook a5, king b6. I feel like he probably should start pushing these pawns forward. The only thing I gotta be careful about right now, I mean, my king's a little bit stuck. Okay. Okay. Well, clearly takes with check. He's got a fork. King here, knight takes, rook g8. Takes here. Maybe king b6. Maybe king b6. And then he takes g7. I get rook g8. And then after the knight moves back, I'll have takes g2, threatening pinning the f2 pawn. Okay, he sees that. But now rook e8 sacrifices this pawn. Gets me a check. Wins the pawn anyway. It's just a trade of pawns. Let's do this. I think my rook's better than his knight right now. His rook's not doing anything. My bishop's so much better. Or it's just holding everything down. So he's gonna take and take back. It'll give me some more time on the clock too. Okay. Kind of stuck my own piece here. My king. That's okay. I wish I could do something with this. Oh, okay. Interesting. We're going to play... Let's think about this here. What's he got? This check? King here. King. All right, let's just play. Let's just play bishop back, kind of protecting the king. Running low on time here. It's even a 15-minute game. I'm still somehow losing on the clock. This will give me my king a square to run to also. If this, I just take. I still got this threat if he moves his knight away. If he doesn't move the knight, I'll probably... This walks into a pin. I might move my king. I also got g6, just like a time move. I'm just going to take that. And I'm going to play my bishop back, and I'm going to gun this pawn down the board. King here. Trapping my own king in. King here. Let's get my king in there. Okay, well this is better. This is better. I mean, I guess he's got this check. Wins my pawn. No, it doesn't. My bishop's protecting it. Actually, I probably should be playing this king move. We're going to do it anyway. So now I can promote the pawn, assuming there's no funny business with the knight. I think my pawns are faster. Now, I'm not calculating it out. I know my pawn will promote first. He'll be one square away. I'll have a check. This will be a checkmate, actually. This would just be mate. So I'm going to play this. I guess he's going to take that. Unless he's going to push his pawn first. He might be just holding his knight here, which I might have to play. I might have to play bishop b3 to... Okay. Well, now I'm going to take... Okay. All right. You know what? Let's just get these pawns. I don't really have any other moves, I don't think. If he takes my pawn, I take his pawn. Now my pawn's defended. I think the best thing I could do here is like try to make a draw. Play bishop here. I guess he's got pawn here, which I didn't think about. Yeah, okay, so I'm kind of repeating the pattern here. That's okay. I misplayed with my bishop. I shouldn't have moved him to e4 because of this pawn break. I maybe would have promoted in time, but he's clearly not playing c4. Unless I could still do it, but his pawns are pretty much halfway. So if he wants to keep his pawn, I guess he's got to play pawn g5. And then pawn g5, bishop back. So bishop back, h5. Bishop here. This will prevent any of his pawns from moving forward. Okay. Okay. We'll just move with the king. Okay. I sack. Am I going to make it in time? If he goes down one, sack take. If I go here, he plays pawn f6. Sack the pawn. King moves. King down. King down. King here. King here. He's got his king in front of the pawn. Takes, takes. Move this down. That's no good. I guess I got bishop g5. It's the only real thing I can see here. Bishop g5. If pawn... pawn g6 might actually be the winning move. He might need to start bringing his king down. I'm going to have to get my king in. Yeah, as soon as he moves his king, I'm okay to sack a piece now, I think. Unless it's still the same. Maybe I should have played here. Made more sense. So the difference here now is I sack the piece. He takes... So king here, king here, king here, king here, takes, right? So this is just a draw. Okay, we drew. Whew. I think we drew here. The difference before is his king would have been here in g7 when my king was on g4, and that would have been a win. But this is a draw, and we'll look at this after the game. I don't want to pre-move that in case he pre-moves his pawn down. I guess I could pre-move takes. I don't need to pre-move anything though. But this is just a draw. He might still play pawn g6, right? Because either pawn g6, king h6. No, okay. It's just a draw. I'm just curious, like, is this a move? And then I have to spend a move. And then if he, no, then he moves the king and then I just take. It's still a draw. Okay. Okay. Let's analyze where I went wrong. That's probably right in the opening here. So queen takes is slightly better. No, b takes is right, according to the engine. A5, pawn a5. I had it in the back of my mind of pushing this pawn, and I wasn't exactly sure why. But okay, so taking here was really premature because of the knight move. And I didn't really have to move my bishop technically. I could have just developed. I should probably just focus on developing my pieces. That's okay. Everything else was kind of going south pretty quick. Knight takes e6. So knight c5 check is what I was thinking. And we just trade queens instead. And then this is just a better move. King b8, b6, king takes c6. Rook takes a7 is what I was thinking here. Bishop d3 check. a6. King c5. Yeah. F takes, and then it's just a draw. So king d6. So for some reason I was thinking like, I'll see it'd be king f8. Because I was thinking of this move, and then it'd be really annoying. But after knight takes g7, rook g8 still a move. Rook f8, just threatening the pawn. And then what? He just defends the pawn. I mean, it's a tied position. There's nothing I can really do, but there's nothing he can really do. Yeah, not much else to say, I don't think. And just focus on the end game here, because I knew this was pretty good. Bishop d7. King b6. Bishop e8. Maybe I should have been more active with my bishop. Should have been more active with my bishop. I think trying to get my bishop like behind these pawns. But my plan was to just promote my pawn. King b2 was right. I was winning here. What did I do wrong? Okay, I guess this push was wrong. See, I should have played bishop f1 here. I should have played bishop f1 here. No, bishop f1. Bishop e5 is still fine. Bishop f1. Because his knight's tied down. His knight's tied down to defending these squares. And so either trying to get rid of this knight or just trying to take his pawns. If his king ever moves, his king's tied down to defending the knight. Man, chess is hard, like, even when the win's right in front of you. Yeah, so this is just a draw. And this was a bad move because of g4. For some reason, I was thinking this move, but I'm going to promote so quick. This is a bad move because bishop g4, which he played. Yeah, so he was completely winning here. Where did he go wrong? I guess I didn't have to take I didn't have to take with the king. No, I did have to. What was his losing move? Yeah, f4. I think king f7 or king f6. King f6. So I think king f6. Like I play king here. I think after all this takes, then I'm just losing. And I kind of have to take, right? So that would have been the winning move. And I think I said that. I think I said that in the game. I think g6 here. G6. Oh, g6 is tight. Never mind. I'm sorry. No, it's king f6 first. Helping the g6 pawn. Because otherwise this is just, you know, it's just a tie. Okay, and this is just a draw, you know. Okay. That was a good game. Good game. I don't know if I got 2 points for that or something. I thought it was maybe 1376. All right, well, let's do one more. Let's do one more. That one took a little while, but this one I won't play so slow. We'll get another Caro-Kann. This time he's going to play the advance. PYP, PYP. Okay, we got an exchange Caro. If bishop e5, I think I'll block with my bishop. Otherwise, knight out. Knight's out. Maybe still bring my bishop out anyway. Can't hurt to bring knights out first. Maybe reinforce the pawn. Then we're just kind of playing a classical game here. I don't see anything wrong with this move. Play e6. He's probably going to go for this pin. I guess not. Bishop back. I don't mind this trade. Maybe I do mind it in the exchange caro, but I don't know. We're gonna just stay solid here. He's gonna castle. I always have rook to the open file. Interesting. I haven't played e6 yet. Is this worth it? Probably not. Knight here, takes. I can still play e6, just defending this pawn. Walking into this pin, and that's okay. I can sidestep the pin. My guy's looking to long castle here. Just break the pin. I should maybe consider, maybe I should have considered this queen b6. I mean, I guess he's just got b4. Still got rook to the open file here. Queen b6 now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just kind of staying flexible, I think. Some sort of sacrifice. Sacrifices don't work when you have like 15 minutes on the clock. Okay, this helps me. Now I got a lot of pressure on this pawn here. And then maybe just king e7. Oh, you know what? He's got knight takes. That's crazy. But do I got knight takes? Takes back. Knight takes here. Takes my queen. I take his queen with check. King here. Takes. Because otherwise I take the pawn. He just takes my knight. He's still threatening my queen. Okay. I mean, what other moves does he have here? Queen trade? Takes. He's got the fork. I could play queen back and then queen back, threaten his knight. Yeah, I guess just queen back. We take with the pawn. And yeah. So this is an interesting game so far. I got knight back because he's threatening to attack my queen again. I just have queen here. I lose the knight. I mean, I move the knight, and then he takes, and then I don't really see any other good knight moves. This move, I think he just takes. I can't take this because the pawn is pinned. This pawn is pretty good, though. I think after knight here, pawn takes, queen back here again. It's probably fine. I guess he's got that queen check. If he takes, I could just take with my king. It's fine. Rook d7? Maybe just rook e8? He's got knight d4. Maybe rook e8 anyway. He also has this queen check. Yeah, I feel like these two moves are top moves right now. I guess if queen check. Okay. So rook d7. I defend my knight here. It's going to double. I think I could play rook d8. I think this move's just kind of get rid of his doubled rooks, because doubled rooks are pretty good. Excuse me. Yeah, this is fine. Trade the rooks. He's up a bunch of pawns. If queen check. I was thinking queen d5. Queen d5. We trade queens. I probably don't want to trade queens, but let's see. Let's see who wins this endgame here. I got this check after knight pawn g3. I got this check, and I can't do anything with it. I got this check. Just king moves up. Probably just move my king up. Check here. Centralize my knight. He's got to play king d7. Centralize my knight. Maybe move my king up to defend my knight. Okay. This gives me a pawn. I think it's like my only choice at the moment. Win a pawn on this side and then worry about winning a pawn on this side, maybe. I got this check coming. Guess he's got this. Wins his pawn back. Maybe I also had this knight move. So pawn here, king d4. He's got knight d6 defending the pawn. And then I got knight e5. And then he's just got this check here. And then I move my king up. He takes my... This is just getting messy. This is just getting messy. So he's going to defend his pawn, right? I got knight e5. Okay. Now I win his pawn. I guess he could still defend it. And then he'd just be up a pawn after trading. But my king would be more active than his king. What's his plan here? b5? I mean, I got knight e3. Well, b5 drops a3. b3 drops a3. Maybe just g4. Yeah, I mean, I gotta eat up his pawns, right? So I'm gonna play... I could play a6, fixing his pawn, and then attack it after. I think this is fine. Fix his pawn and attack, unless I'm just like... I'm not even calculating right now. Not really calculating. This check. King here. This check. King back. Doesn't do a whole lot. This knight's tied down to this pawn. This check pushes the king. I can move my king in. I guess then he's got here. Takes, boom. I mean, I got this move. I do feel like I want to cover these knight moves, though. Here, knight. Can I just go for this pawn? I don't know if this is a mistake. I mean, he still can't move here. And if he pushes these pawns, we just trade him. I want to attack this knight, get him away from this pawn. Or do I want to try and trade his knight? Knight d6, and then his knight's just dominated, right? This is good for me, right? Because his knight's just dominated. And then if his knight's dominated, then I can just take this pawn. So, like, I'm forcing him to trade knights, essentially. Okay, now his knight's dominated. This is good. This is good. Well, I guess he's still got this move. Okay. So this is fine. I'm going to take this pawn. Okay, I thought his knight had nowhere to go. If my king was still here, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take this pawn. Okay. Check here. Starting to take this. Do I care? Check, king down. I want to move this king and start pushing this pawn, right? Check here. I can't defend my pawn. So even if he takes, push. I think this is fine. I kind of have this check in reserve. So now he can't win. I'm just going to take his pawn. Okay. He's got no more checks right now. I could also save my knight. I gotta really take my time and think about this. Okay. Got no more checks after this move. He's got this move, but I push my pawn. This blunders my knight. So I can push my pawn He's got nothing here. So pawn, if he takes here, this is still okay. He's got no move. I just take. Do I have any more coffee? I still got some coffee here. You guys can't hear it, but I'm listening to some tunes in the background. Yeah, and luckily he's got no more checks. So one of the ways like you can deal with a knight is okay. Let's see, he's got this check after, but I'm queening with check. This has got to be good for me. And then his knight is pinned. And then I just take. So when your king is like one square away from the knight on at least the way I think of it. I'll show you after the game. All right. 1395 baby. Almost at 1400. Whenever the okay, like this position here. Whenever the king is next to the knight, like this, like up, down, left, or right, like the knight can't check you because every time the knight moves, it changes to a different colored square. So because I'm on a light square and he's on a dark square, his next square is a light square, which means he can't attack a light square if he's on a light square. So you can kind of just look at the color squares and intuitively know that the knight can't check you. And I think it's the same problem if the knight was like here, 2 squares away. Not 1 square away because he can check, but like 2 squares away. I mean, if he's 2 squares away, then he's just too far to actually get any checks in. And then the king covers his squares here. But even after like a knight move here, you'll notice that they're both on light squares, and he still doesn't have any checks. So I guess 2 squares away, a square away diagonally. 1 square away diagonally here. And then like when you're right next to him, up and down. If I was diagonally 1 square away, then he's got, you know, like this check here and this check here. All right. Let's do the computer game review because I got 1 free review. I didn't use it. Yep. So just as I thought, I was losing the majority of the time pretty badly, but then we just kind of hung in there and won, and that's kind of how it goes in chess. Played with an 80% rating here. Computer says I did pretty bad. So exchange Caro, knights out. Okay, it's interesting to note before developing the pieces here that he's got some shenanigans on b5. So after exchange Caro, I developed my knight. I should remember to try and cover this b5 square. Right, pinning his knight would have been better, of course. Trading would have been fine. Throwing my knight. I thought about throwing my knight in here. He takes, and then I'm pressuring his knight here. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so this is keeping me unpinned from the queen. So if I took this way with the pawn, he doesn't have this tactic because my king is no longer pinned, or the pawn is no longer pinned. Um, there was a reason I didn't take with the queen. I think it was the same problem. I think I was just I saw this coming next, so I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll just take with the pawn because the pawn at least covers these two, or maybe I was thinking like I don't know something like this. Um, okay, okay, so I could have traded the queens here. I mean, I'm still losing them really anyway, so it's fine. Trade. So the reason I was thinking about trading queens right away is because like even though I'm down 2 pawns in the end game, it's just a knight end game, knight versus knight, and so it's just going to be really tricky. So I'm just kind of betting on having better end game skills. And just over time I just kind of yeah, I mean the thing is he's just kind of blundering his pawns after this. That's okay. What was the miss here? King. Yeah, I mean, it's an end game. I thought I played that pretty well. Okay. Well, that wraps it up for this morning's chess and coffee. Just in time because I'm out of coffee. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope that was more entertaining than last week. And so I'll see you guys next week, next Saturday morning. Take care.